What? What up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Are we having fun yet? I can get louder, shit. Turn me up. Does anybody hear me? Is this thing on? You're having fun? Right? Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for answering me. And you guys can hear me down there too? JJ? You can hear me, JJ? You can hear me? You cannot hear me? You're being a jerk, JJ. You can't hear me, really? JJ, if you can hear me, wave your hands in the air like you just don't care. Okay, maybe you can't. I don't care.
So keep turning yours up. That one. Yep. Up. Top.
Check.
Up, more.
Check. Hello. Okay, there we are.
Check. Hey. All right. I think we're doing all right.
All right, we're good to go.
I think we're about to kick this bad boy off. We've got Cincinnati Juniors and the Jacksonville Junior Roller Derby playing. You want to call out who's playing for?
I sure do. For Duval, we have number 101, Ari Cantrell, 120, Evil Apple, 123, Purple Warrior, number 13, Haley Sperling, number 17, Terrence Spence, number 20, Scully, number 37, Elena Young, number 4, Brianna Page, 413, Lydia Throat, number 5, Shandis Griffin, 62, Olivia Glisson, 63, Noel, 713, Mulsher, number 719, Mad Dog Maddie, and number 8, Annabelle Hines.
And for Cincinnati, we have 20 Ginger Smacks, 22 Blazing Grace, 27 Angelina, 32 is not skating, 39 Monkey Wrench, 4 Hailstorm, 43 Harley Trin, wearing the C today, 47 Aphrodite, 8 Karma, 83 Mercy Killer, 86 Guts and Glitter, 88 Bug Smasher, 9 Peach Clobber, and 95 Animaniac. Looks like we're about ready to start here, and we have
Olivia Glisson jamming for Duval on this one, going up against number 27, Angelina. And I'm Tool Time. Joining me is George.
Jace.
I am excited. It's always fun working with a new announcer.
I am very new.
To me, that is.
Well, no, I'm very new. This is my 3rd game. And right out the gate, we have Duval taking lead. Cincinnati is pushing her way up to the front. That was very poppy. Some beautiful juking moves by Cincinnati's number 27, Angelina, breaking out of the gates.
Excellent little hop by Glisson on the outside of turn 4. Stays in bounds and puts 4 on the board for Duval.
Looks like Cincinnati kind of forced that call off. It was good work, both teams.
All right, and for Duval, we have number 123, Purple Warrior, going against number 4, Hailstorm.
Duval catching up on lead for the 2nd time, holding tight on their walls to hold that Cincinnati jammer in place. And our first penalty of the game.
That's going to number 40 for Cincinnati.
4-7, Aphrodite.
Number 47, Aphrodite. Purple Warrior putting 5 on the board. And speaking of new to me, not only do I get to announce with George for the first time, this is the first time I'm seeing Cincinnati take the track in person.
Very cool.
Definitely seen some good things from them earlier today. We saw them go up against Crooked River at 1 o'clock with Game 3. Excellent game there. You can definitely catch that on the Albie Dam YouTube channel.
1, 2, 3, circling around. I think this might be her 4th pass or 5th pass. I'm not sure. 5th scoring pass and getting 5 on that. The Duval walls are holding very strong, but you see Cincinnati is going in there and breaking them up a bit. Playing a little bit of O for their jammer. Help get her out. Some solid technique.
And another 5 on the board for Purple Warrior. That makes this a 35-point jam. The highest one I've seen today, the second highest being from Philly's Unstoppable, pulling a 33-point jam in the game against Crooked River. And correction, that is a 40-point jam.
We have 2-7 and Jamina, I cannot read, I apologize, out for Cincinnati. And for Duval, we've got 3-7 Elena Young. Duval swooping down the center for a lead jam again. And Jamina pushing her way through, forcing the call off from Duval.
That looks like 4 points on the board for Elena Young and Duval.
Interesting technique that I'm seeing when they're lining up is the pods are kind of spread out a little more than I've seen typically, like from the coach's side. So I've coached before. That's pretty much all I've done.
Yeah.
But seeing the pods, the blockers spreading out is interesting to see, and it's very effective, as obviously. But they're not like super tight. Yeah. But both of them, they're all spread out.
Yeah, it's one of the great things about seeing junior roller derby is you see some techniques that you don't typically see in adult roller derby, and in most cases it works to great effect. Right now, Shandis Griffin gets your lead jam for Duval.
It looks like Cincinnati's Karma is going to the box for a track cut. Unfortunately, she went out and then did not see the skater go behind her. So that's a power jam for Duval. Can you turn me down just ever so slightly, just because my P's are so poppy? Sounds perfect.
Perfect. Another 5 points on the board for Shandis Griffin.
Way to be there, blocker number 4-7 for Cincinnati. Just caught her right on the out.
Going back on to what you were saying, George, with the Duval coaches, all three of the coaches skate for Jacksonville Roller Derby. So they're not only taking the techniques that they're learning from the adult practice and applying them to the juniors, but with this team specifically, this is the A team. So they do a lot of work on directional blocking, laterals, and everything like that. So their footwork is much more advanced than some teams. And Crooked River is just as good at it. I think that's why we're not seeing the tight tripods as much this weekend. So the better the teams, the more spread out you could be, because you know you could cover that distance and you can cover the whole track in one foul swoop.
They have that confidence in themselves as well as one another to trust that they can be where they need to be. It's pretty cool. Duval swooping around the outside to catch lead again. I think they're 100% on lead, I believe.
That is correct. They've gotten all the lead jams so far in this game. We're on the 5th jam at the moment.
2-7 and Jamina is very quick to hop out of the pack pretty close after Duval. So she's forcing a lot of call-offs, which is a very, very important skill.
Purple Warrior taking the line for Duval on this one. Purple Warrior in her second jam today, putting 40 points on the board, giving a commanding lead to Duval. But I'm not counting Crooked River out yet. We saw them do some impressive things against Cincinnati earlier today.
Monkey Wrench is out for Cincinnati. The edge work on Duval is very, very good. But Cincinnati is really quick to regroup. As soon as they see that jammer coming, they're back in their pod, they're regrouping, and they're getting themselves together to hold down the fort.
Absolutely. And I got the opportunity to see Crooked River in Colorado for JRDA Champs last July. They were looking excellent then, and you can tell they've definitely learned a lot from that experience and have come out stronger. As you were just saying, their walls are much tighter now. I'm sorry, nope, I was thinking Crooked River, this is Cincinnati. Sorry, I just had a no brain.
It's okay, I have those all the time.
I just made it dumb, and I apologize.
Cincinnati 9-5 pushing some of those Duval skaters out of the way, and 3-9 just taking that O like crazy. It's awesome, awesome teamwork we've got going on there.
19 points on the board, courtesy of Purple Warrior. Current score is 86 to nothing.
Heading into the 7th jam here, we've got Angelina, number 27 for Cincinnati, and
number 37, Elena Young for Duval.
And that was a beautiful job by Cincinnati feeding the Duval jammer to her pod. I don't know if you caught that, but that's some solid technique right there.
Absolutely. Young powers through, though, gets your lead jam for Duval. And we have a bit of a pile up just off of turn 2. Number 7, 19 for Duval going to the penalty box.
Cincinnati with a great clutch block, pushing 3-7. Elena Young out, and soul crushing, I think they call it. Soul crushing when they run it back.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure there's a better term for it. Recycling?
No, that's an appropriate term. But right now, with a forearm penalty, Elena Young going to the penalty box. That makes this a power jam for Angelina and a possible point score for Cincinnati. No, soul crushing is an accurate term for that.
It is indeed a soul crushing situation.
Duval now with the full penalty box. Game is at a standstill. Mad Dog Maddie, and it looks like Brianna Page out there for Duval. Cincinnati gets through the initial pass.
Good work for Angelina getting through the pack, and this will be a 2-minute jam, it seems. So that's an opportunity for Angelina to pick up some points.
And Angelina putting 5 on the board for Cincinnati.
Cincinnati picking up the edges. Holding down the fort.
Cincinnati putting 8 on the board on that jam to Duval's 5. Not only is that the first points they've scored this game, but that's the first time they've outscored Duval. So definitely taking advantage of that power jam.
I just want to take a moment to talk about food.
There's never a bad time to talk about food.
If you want a sandwich, you should get over there. I believe that there is a an extreme peanut butter sandwich that contains peanut butter, bacon, and bananas. And honey if you want it.
You had me at peanut butter, but now that there's bacon involved.
Peanut butter and bacon is pretty darn happy.
Ooh.
Peanut butter and pickles is actually good too.
It sounds like it would be weird, but it actually works out.
Amazing. Yep, it's amazing. Nachos, hot dogs, popcorn, pretzels, chips, drinks. And as I just said, Tantrums do have a sandwich stop over here. So if you want a sandwich, they've got some LBQ smoked chicken salad sandwiches. That is a little bit of a tongue twister, I think.
Yeah, but it tastes good, so that works out.
Yes, delicious. And we have raffles, $1 for each ticket, 6 for $5, and an arm length for $10. So if you're interested in winning some stuff, we've got wheels, skate accessories, TRD swag, Frankie Panky swag, jewelry, and so much more. And the people that are doing the arm length tickets have very long arms. We've made sure of it because we want the odds to be in your favor.
And as far as our other vendors, we did have Cinderella soap design in the house earlier. I did have to purchase soap because I love me a handmade soap because I'm cultured. I didn't know if you could tell off.
It's the fedora.
It's a stingy brim fedora. I tried doing the full brim fedora. I couldn't do it. I couldn't take myself seriously. But this was actually given to me by my sister at the very first game I ever announced.
Well, then that's your good luck charm, I think.
It is my good luck charm.
Wonderful.
But
we have
she will be here tomorrow, so we have all kinds of vendors available. And we're being told now that there is an ice cream truck outside. I am curious if there are good humor bars, and if you will get me one. I am totally down for that.
Take my money. If you like ice cream, there is an ice cream truck outside, apparently.
Yeah, ice cream.
You scream.
Yeah.
We all scream for ice cream.
I would like a strawberry shortcake, please. What do you want?
I'm good, thank you. I'm taking
All right,
another minute to thank everybody that's volunteering out here today. Much appreciated. And we're back.
All right, official review is over.
Mm-hmm.
Coming up next, we'll have Harley Trin jamming for Cincinnati, going up against number 5 for Duval.
Shandis
Griffin.
I just had to enunciate that very awkwardly. Shandis. I'm good at awkward. So good at it.
It's a skill, and it's one that you have to really work at.
Yeah.
Like, I put a lot of time and effort. If I put as much effort into, like, my humor and or style as I would, if I put that kind of effort into my school studies, I would have been like the next Stephen Hawking's.
Yeah, I probably, same, yeah.
Yeah, but, you know, I support the life choices that I've made, and I stand behind them, gosh darn it.
Looks like we're back on and about to get this party rolling. Rolling.
I see what you did there.
Mm-hmm. And they're off.
All right, Cincinnati down 1 blocker at the start of this jam.
Oh, it looked like Duval had it.
Shandis doing some work just before turn 3. Slips
3-9.
through and gets your lead jam.
Giving her a fight. And it looks like it is a power jam currently for Duval.
And Cincinnati with the full penalty box at this point. Excellent sweep on the inside by number 120 for Duval. That's Evil Apple.
Some hard hits happening on both sides. Just a lot of strong players hanging out. Looks like Black Jammer number 4-3 is getting a cut call. So it'll be a power jam for Duval.
And Duval breaking the century mark on this jam at 1-1-1-1.
Number 5, Shandis Griffin, scooting around the track a bit, picking up another 5.
I gotta give it to Cincinnati, though. They are not giving up whatsoever. Still doing some excellent positional blocking. We've seen a couple of really great walls from them, as you were pointing out earlier, and that really speaks to the content of the league. That even though there's such a spread, it's not over till it's done, and no matter what, you should keep going.
Yeah. 3-9 with some fancy footwork there, and that actually caused Duval to get a cut track. So it looks like Duval is frozen in the box, while we have Angelina up for Cincinnati. This will be starting out as a power jam.
Well, the last time she had started with the power jam, I believe it was her. Yes, it was her who put 8 points on the board for Cincinnati. She gets your lead jam, the first lead jam that Cincinnati has gotten in this game so far.
She is quick getting around the track, too, so that will be good. And Duval player going to the box, while Angelina goes to pick up 5 more points. Duval is gathering themselves, getting ready for the jammer to come up.
Shandis threw the initial pass, but already Angelina putting 4 on the board and another 4 for Cincinnati.
So sometimes they will call it if it looks like the other team might score some points, but other times in an effort to help close the gap a little bit, they'll keep rolling. So it looks like Angelina put, I want to say 15 on the board,
Angelina put 12 on the board on that pass to Duval's 3. Again, Angelina putting points on the board for Cincinnati, and again outscoring Duval on that pass, all thanks to the power jam.
And it looks like an official review has been called by, I want to say Duval, I think. It's a lot of questioning.
Well, it has been a very intense game, and it's been a very quick game off the bat. So, the official review was called by Duval. You were correct, sir. So, we'll see what comes of that. In the meantime, don't we have more Derby tomorrow?
We do have more Derby tomorrow.
And who all do we have tomorrow?
Tomorrow, we have Columbia Junior Rollers and Crooked River. We have Philly Roller Derby and the Attack Pack, Cincinnati and FOCO, Crooked River and Jacksonville, and then Tampa Bay Junior Roller Derby All-Stars and FOCO Junior Roller Derby Spartans. Go ahead.
And definitely be sure to stick around for the Tampa versus the Attack Pack. I had the pleasure of doing the call with my partner in crime, Standby, on the stream at JRDA Champs in Loveland, Colorado, while someone by the name of Al took the house call for himself and did the call. So Team Florida was representing the 2 teams from Florida playing in Champs on that one. And to say the least, it was, how did the kids put it, fire? I'm going to say.
I cannot believe you used that term.
Yeah, I'm hip. I'm cool.
I'm with it.
Ish. Yep.
Austin Powers.
Yep. We just made an Austin
I
Power
bet
reference, and we
none of
didn't
these
lose a
kids
single beat
know
on
what
it.
Austin Powers is.
Did we just become best friends?
We just became best friends.
Do you want to go into the announcer booth and do karate?
We're going to do karate.
Yeah, I'm going to learn karate.
There's so
Oh,
much
wow.
space for activities.
All right, under 15 minutes left in this half. Duval at 123 to Cincinnati's 20. And while we have this intermission, definitely be sure to, as I said, stick around for Tap versus Tampa. Also, be sure to subscribe to the Albie Dam YouTube channel. We're streaming live all weekend, and you can always check it out. Every game here at the Wrecking Hall is on the YouTube channel, if I remember correct. Certainly a lot of the junior ones. So that's definitely a great thing to watch. And in case you haven't gotten your Spring Break Swarm Tournament t-shirt, they are still for sale for $15. And for an extra $5, you can get your name and or number put on the back.
I don't have a number.
You know what? That's okay. Neither do I.
I guess we're not special. That's okay.
Hey, you're special to me. We just bonded
We did.
over Mike Myers comedy.
You right. Looks like we're heading in the direction of getting these skates on the track again.
As we can see, Olivia Glisson taking things super serious right now. She's conserving her energy. It's a tactic. You're a coach. Is that a energy conservation? Yeah.
Totes. And it looks like we have Ginger Smacks up against Olivia Glisson.
Olivia
How
Glisson.
you said Alyssa. I can't hear either. I'm just going to blame it on ineptitudes.
It's okay. You can just blame it on the rain.
I'm afraid we can't be friends anymore.
Yeah.
Want to take a second to thank everybody who's out here volunteering and helping with this tournament. It has been a wonderful and exciting tournament thus far. I'm interested to see what else happens.
And it's only the first day. It's going to be interesting to see what happens tomorrow now that most of the teams have seen each other play. It looks like we're about ready to get started with some roller derby. As you said, we got Ginger going up against Olivia on this one. Current score 123-20, Duval.
With just under 15 minutes left in this half. And we're starting off.
Glisson taking out Ginger at the jammer line, bringing her back. Excellent strategy for not only penalty kills, but for wearing down the clock. Especially since Duval has 2 blockers in the penalty box at the moment.
Been seeing this a lot today. And it is a great tactic for running the clock, especially if you've got a box full of blockers.
Absolutely.
So that's pretty much what was happening there. And Duval swooping right up the inside for a lead.
And it looks like that's Annabelle Hines going to the penalty box for Duval.
Some great offense being played by Cincinnati's 8-8, just helping to move those blockers out of the way for their jammer. Ginger Smacks.
And again, taking Glisson to the inside, bringing her back behind the jammer line. And that's Bug Smasher, number 88 for Cincinnati. Duval sending another blocker to the penalty box. Track cut called on Olivia Glisson for Duval. That makes this a power jam for Cincinnati. And Cincinnati's been doing very well at putting points on the board every power jam.
1-0-1 for Duval. swooping around, but looks like 2-0. Juked her, as it were.
It was strategery is what it was.
You and Bam and that word. Huh? You and Bam and that word.
Strategery, it's totally a word. And Cincinnati puts 5 on the board, courtesy of Ginger Smacks.
And it looks like we have a team timeout, Duval. And Duval is frozen in the box, so we are starting with a power jam for Cincinnati, which is a perfect opportunity to help close that gap a little more. 12 minutes and 41 seconds on the clock.
And it looks like we have Angelina out there jamming for Cincinnati. She has been the high scorer for this game for Cincinnati, putting 20 on the board, each ad during a power jam.
Olivia Glisson is still jamming for Duval. And we're about to get this started. And the pack is moving fast. Everybody's revved up and ready to go. And a great block by Cincinnati, catching the Duval jammer right at the edge, allowing for Angelina to come through the inside, catching lead jammer. Angelina picking up a few more points and calling it.
4 points per jammer on that one, but Angelina, as you said, getting your lead jam, definitely taking advantage of the power starts in this game.
We have 1, 2, 3, Purple Warrior for Duval, and Guts and Glitter 8-6 for Cincinnati. And Guts and Glitter going straight for the open inside, getting a no-point jam, which was a wonderful, beautiful tactic. Very smart playing.
Absolutely. That was pretty to watch.
I'd rather score no points than lose points, right?
Absolutely. And with the previous jam to that, with both teams putting 4 on the board, it's better to just zero it out than to lose points, as you said. I'm going to be interested to see at halftime what the penalties are looking like, because it looks like Duval is getting really comfortable in the penalty box. And Young right now with your lead jam for Duval.
Well, everybody's settling in at this point. So 4-7 for Cincinnati and 3-7 for Duval. And I think that sometimes what you'll see like at the beginning of the game, it's super penalty heavy, and then everybody starts to settle in and figure out where they are.
Absolutely, I agree. Aphrodite going to the penalty box for a high block. That's going to make this a power jam for Duval. Young through the pack again. Another 5 on the board.
And Duval showing some very fancy footwork. Number 3-7, Elena Young, just hopping around people. Very, very skillful.
And that's excellent to see considering all the injuries that she had earlier this season. It's great to see her back on there. She's been a vital part of the team for a number of years.
Fancy spinning.
And I know I've said it before, but I cannot get over how much passion Cincinnati is putting into this. They are really giving it everything they've got against such a strong team.
It's true. They're putting it all out there on the track. Some strong pushing by both teams there.
And Young putting 33 on the board for Duval on that one, tying with Unstoppable for second highest jam score in today's game. Well, as far as the tournament thus far, it's going to be interesting to see what happens tomorrow.
And Jamina out for Cincinnati, and Shandis Griffin out for Duval. Duval walls holding pretty tight. Both walls are holding very tight, making it hard for all these teams, both the jammers. But Shandis Griffin did make it out. And it looks like Angelina is not far behind at all. What a strong group of kids.
Absolutely.
Honestly, I couldn't push as hard as they are. That's crazy.
And we're definitely, just from where we're sitting here in the announcer's booth, we're seeing a lot of passion coming from Cincinnati. Every point, every play that their teammates are doing, they're showing their full support.
They have a strong support system. Number 5 for Duval, picking up another 5 points. Oh, and Angelina squeaking through the center there. And we're up 183 to 29. I think it's just over 6 minutes. Is it 6 or 8?
Yes.
I can't see.
Just over 6 minutes left in this half. That's a 20-point jam by Shandis.
I need glasses.
And an official timeout being called by Team Zebra. You don't need glasses. You have me.
You're my glasses.
And now that we've become best friends, we're like shake and bake.
Sure. Why not? I'm okay with it. I missed. I always miss. This portion of the bout brought to you by Perrier. Not really. Not really at all. Just kidding. Probably shouldn't have said that. Looks like we've got Harley Trin, number 4-3, out for Cincinnati, and 1-2-3, Purple Warrior, out for Duval. And a friendly handshake at the line. Always happy to see some good sportsmanship.
Absolutely. It's great working with JRDA because they really enforce good sportsmanship, not only from their skaters, but from the staff as well as the viewers and parents.
Yes. High expectations, but they all work very hard, so they deserve it all. And it looks like we've got Duval taking lead, and 4-3. I'm not sure what penalty she did receive, but it will be a power jam for Duval right now.
It looks like a forearm sign from what I saw the jam rep.
Duval taking control of the pack by holding on to one of the Cincinnati skaters called a goat. I officially understand the term. Purple Warrior showing a lot of skills with her feet, hopping around people. Meanwhile, Harley Trin sneaking around the outside and getting a push off from Hailstorm. I am not very good at reading. I apologize. Number 4. Giving her a little nudge to the front of the pack. Both teams leaving it out on the track right now. A lot of strength, a lot of force, a lot of pushing.
A lot of strategery.
And it looks like we have a little bit of a pile of humans. And Purple Warrior bouncing around, catching up another 5 points.
And it looks like Aphrodite is going to the penalty box for 2 minutes.
Or two penalties, so
2
1 minute.
penalties, yes. Thank you for clarifying that for me.
It's all good. And we have Ginger Smacks up for Cincinnati and Elena Young up for Duval. See, 3-9 for the clutch. Just barely missed 3-7. Made it out for the lead jam. Cincinnati regrouping and playing a fair amount of O, which is always helpful to the jammers. Efficient.
Ginger Snap almost gets out, but gets taken to the outside by Mad Dog Maddie for Duval.
Great footwork there and very good awareness because she could have gotten called on a cut, but she seeded that cut and she got out of the way and got back to the back.
Absolutely.
Takes
the awareness and just the derby knowledge that these kids have. It's definitely going to make adult roller derby much more interesting, in that it's making it interesting now, but it'll make it even more so in the next couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, you've got kids that have been playing for like 10 years already that are going into the adult leagues now and just tearing it up. More skill and more knowledge than you can even shake a stick at.
True that, dog. And not only has Jacksonville benefited from having a junior roller derby program, Tampa isn't doing too bad either with their derby program.
I will admit that Tampa's doing decently well, yes, it's true. Couple penalties being called here.
And that is a 29-point jam by Elena Young.
2:52 to 29 in favor of Duval, with a minute and about 30 seconds left on the clock for this. I almost called it a quarter. this half. And I believe we have an official timeout, not official review. An official timeout. You're not supposed to hear me, sir. Shout out to our refs and our NSOs. Thank you for your hard work. We appreciate you.
Absolutely. And thank you to the NSOs. We have Electroshocker as our head NSO, if I remember correctly. Rena?
I'm not sure.
Well, she has been doing a great job. We've had an updated roster for every game, and in most cases, we're getting them just before the game starts.
Yeah, Christy Cuffs has been handing me all the rosters like a game in advance, so it's quite wonderful. I appreciate you guys very much.
Absolutely.
About to start this game off, and it looks like we've got Cincinnati in the box, Frozen, and number 5 for Duval. Starting off with a power jam. Did not mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. I did not mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. Duval gaining lead. And lining up, and what are they going to do?
Powers through, puts another 5 on the board for Duval. Just 45 seconds left in this half.
Cincinnati playing some offense for their jammer. Meanwhile, we have a lot of good defense being played by Cincinnati as well. Both teams are just playing great defense. Those very strong pods.
Absolutely. I was just about to comment on those. Both teams are ready with the tripod walls before we get started. And, karma for Cincinnati going to the penalty box for a track cut. And 2-1, that is the period clock. We are now just on the jam clock, and Shandis Griffin can join a power jam. And she will call it.
And it looks like we're at halftime with the Cincinnati Jammer Frozen in the box. So we'll be starting off with a power jam for Duval in the second half. And current score is 261-29. Me llamo Jorge. And to my right I have
Tool time.
And we will see you in about, 14 and a half minutes. Thanks. It is time to call a raffle. If you've got your raffle tickets, you better get them out. Get ready. I'm going to count some numbers. I don't know. Could I be any more weird about it? Thank you, Miss Vanna White over here. All right. Our ticket for the amazing coloring book unicorn marker situation over here basket. 656159. If your card is 656159, come and see me. Run up. I see somebody.
You can be excited, I promise. Can I see your ticket? Hi. What's your name? Can you say it again?
Addie.
Allie? Addie. I'm sorry. I'm hard of hearing. Can I see your ticket? Looks like you won. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Congratulations. Oh my goodness. That's a happy.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you, parental unit.
Yep.
Awesome. She's very cute.
Thank you.
You're going to be starting back up here in a moment, but if you're hungry, go and get you a sandwich. If you're looking for a low-carb sandwich, they'll give you a scoop of chicken into your hand. I swear, it'll happen.
Check, 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 check. A little lesser for me. And go ahead and say something.
Mic check, 1, 2, hello.
You up a little. Little up, up. You went the wrong way.
That's as far as it goes.
Too far.
All right.
There you go.
Okay, am I good? How are you? Cool. All right, we have just 1 minute left before the conclusion of this game. We have Cincinnati Junior Roller Derby going up against Jacksonville Junior Roller Derby. Current score is 262-29 in favor of Jacksonville. And we have some roster changes. Number 47 is out, along with number 6 for Cincinnati. And for Jacksonville, number 17 is out. Current penalty count, Jacksonville 17 to Cincinnati's 31.
We're going to be going into the second half of an already very intense game. Starting out score is 262 Duval to 29 Cincinnati. And Cincinnati's jammer is frozen in the box, in case you don't remember from the first half. So we'll be starting off with a power jam for Duval. Number 123, Purple Warrior. And Harley Trin is the jammer for Cincinnati. Duval catching lead for the first jam of the second half. Meanwhile, Cincinnati working to pull their pod up tight and hold the Duval jammer in place.
Excellent individually blocking by Cincinnati just off of turn 2. And Karma right out of the penalty track going back in for a cut track.
Unfortunately, she entered within the engagement zone, which engagement zone, I believe, is 10 feet in front of the pack. So entering that close causes a cut track.
You are correct, sir. A little bit of a pile up off of turn 4. As you said, this is a very intense game, and we're going to see a lot of that in this half on both sides.
Purple Warrior skating in and out of the blockers from Cincinnati.
Multiplayer block called, and that's going on 27 for Cincinnati.
Meanwhile, Cincinnati's jammer is working up against Duval blockers, juking and dodging left and right. She's doing a pretty darn good job.
And that's the jam. Looked like a 29-point jam for Duval, and yes, it is. 29 points.
Duval 3-7 is out. And for Cincinnati, 8-8. Bug Smasher. That might be her first jam, I think.
I think we've seen Karma. For starting off, I think this is the first one we've seen Karma in. Let me double check my factoids.
Bug Smasher. Bug Smasher.
Bug Smasher. Number 88. Yes, this is the first time we're seeing her on the jam line.
Duval's got lead, and there's Bug Smasher coming around the inside. Very strong player. You can see she's able to push pretty hard. forcing the call off.
Definitely seeing a lot of spirit out of Cincinnati.
It's nice to see him laughing and smiling, I will say that much.
Exactly. You don't want to see them get super upset or frustrated. That's when you start to get really penalty prone, and
Yeah.
it just takes away from the game. So it's great to see them having a good time out there.
Most important thing. We have 5 for Duval and 2-7 for Cincinnati. And Angelina doing as she does, squeaking out right behind Duval, forcing that call off real fast. She's a pretty strong skater by the looks of it.
Which one are we talking about?
Angelina from Cincinnati.
Absolutely.
She's very quick. We got Bug Smasher out for Cincinnati again, and 1-2-3 Purple Warrior for Duval.
In the last half, Angelina was responsible for, let's see. Let me consult my notey notes. 16 of the points scored by Cincinnati.
Over half. She scored over the half. That's great. Duval catching lead. Meanwhile, Cincinnati playing some mean offense. But Duval's number 6-2 in the clutch move, pushing Bug Smasher out in the last second. Very smart tactic by the Cincinnati Jammer to use her back. It's very hard for blockers to know what to do when somebody gives you their back or their side. So, and I have been seeing a lot of that. The juniors are very good at that. Very, very good at that.
Yeah, we definitely see a lot more creative and a lot riskier skating when it comes to juniors. And a couple of reasons for that, just personal opinion, is one, they don't have to pay insurance premiums.
Okay.
And two, they don't know what's going to happen. So, like any good kid would, let's see what this does.
Fearless.
And absolutely, fearless is a much better way of putting it.
I like positive spins. Duval's Purple Warrior coming around for another 5 points. I'm pretty sure she scored the most for the game individually.
If my record, just off of my own recollection, she has scored the most points of the day with 40 points in the second jam of the first half. Right now, she's at 35, just shy of matching that record, but still, she is definitely the high scorer of this game and for the tournament thus far.
Awesome. These are some tough kids. We're just over 23 minutes left in the game. We got 336 Duval to 29 Cincinnati. We have Angelina out for Cincinnati and Elena Young for Duval. Elena pushed herself up to the front of the pack and just pushed until she broke out of the pack, gaining lead jam. Angelina following up as quick as possible, hoping to force the call off, I think. And that she does. That she does.
All right, we have Shandis Griffin out there for Duval jamming.
And it looks like Monkey Wrench for Cincinnati. Monkey Wrench using a tried and true tactic to feed the Duval jammer into her blockers, and it worked. It worked very well.
Absolutely. Shandis being brought back off of turn 1, but then powers through again to get your lead jam for Duval.
Fancy footwork by number 39. I don't know if you saw that. She just stepped right around the apex, twisting. Crazy foot skills.
Shandis finding a hole on the inside, but number 86, Guts and Glitter, holding her up for just a moment.
Angelina swinging around and knocking one of the Duval skaters in an attempt at some O. A beautiful apex jump by number 39 and catching it. Just wonderful, wonderful footwork there.
Absolutely. The apex jump, while looking great, is an exceptionally difficult maneuver to pull because not only can you be blocked mid-air, but you also have to stick the landing. Otherwise, all you're doing is falling down and then having the pack get right to you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Good times, though. Got Sherlock mean-mugging me from the track, but he can't hear me, so I can say anything I want to right now. Sherlock is cool. 2-7 Angelina up for Cincinnati. 1-2-3 Purple Warrior, and Purple Warrior snagging lead jammer. Meanwhile, 2-7 throwing some hard hits and pushing her way through the pack. Keeping pace with Purple Warrior. I think she stole some points. Oh, not quite. But she did force the call off. Out for Duval, we have 3-7. Elena Young. And for Cincinnati, we have 3-9 Monkey Wrench. Cincinnati walling up hardcore, but it looks like Elena Young pushed it to the front of the pack and got her way out. Got some quick O from Cincinnati, but
just from seeing Jacksonville earlier today at 11 o'clock against FOCO, that was as I said, Elena Young just coming back. You're definitely seeing her start to get the hang of everything again in this half, so that's excellent to see. But Cincinnati's walls are not easy to get through, so if you're watching on the YouTube channel, it's not as easy as it looks, I guarantee you, because they are packing up very well. What do you have to say?
3-9 just used some amazing footwork to get around, and she did steal some points.
And Monkey Wrench putting 2 on the board.
Guts and Glitter out for Cincinnati, and Shandis Griffin out for Duval. And Cincinnati's jammer pushing to the front of the pack. Meanwhile, she's got 9-5 playing some amazing O for her. And Cincinnati's wall is holding it down. Hard holding it down. Cincinnati's jammer getting I believe it was a track cut. And now Duval's Shandis Griffin getting a cut, I believe, or a penalty of some sort, which will put the Cincinnati jammer out in a power jam position. Just for a moment, though, because they both sat for just a couple seconds. So this is a fast-moving pack. Cincinnati's 4-3 in a clutch position to knock number 5 for Duval out at the last moment. 9-5 pushing out as well. And a hard-fought jam, resulting score 378 to 31 in favor of Duval. Out for Duval next, we've got
Gracie Knoll out there for Duval, first time today.
Awesome. And then 3-9 monkey wrench for Cincinnati. Beautiful move by Monkey Wrench, scooping through the inside to grasp lead jammer, and she is moving fast, super fast.
After game 11, the 3 p.m.
Not calling it off in an effort, I think, to close that gap a little bit. Three points scored by Cincinnati, and we are at 382 to 34. About 13 and a half minutes left in the game. We've got Cincinnati's number 9, Peach Clobber, first time out as a jammer, and 3-7. Elena Young for Duval.
Excellent blocking by Bug Smasher off of the pivot line, taking her back to the jammer line.
Soul crushing, as it were.
Yeah. That is definitely the word for it, because especially when you've already had one game earlier today and you're in the middle of the second half, the more recycling you have to do, especially going up against Cincinnati's strong walls, it starts to wear on you. Maybe not so much on them because they're young and full of hope, but when I was skating, that was definitely, soul-crushing was an accurate term.
Yes, absolutely. Duval's Elena Young through for 4 more points. Oh, and
27 with Cincinnati. Excellent block on the outside at turn 3.
Very awares. She seems to be a very aware player. She knows where she is on the track at all times.
Yeah, Angelina is definitely one that I'm going to start keeping my eye on for now on, because not only has she been an excellent point scorer for Cincinnati, but her direction, her laterals, and just her awareness, as you said, have been really impressive.
Yeah. Cincinnati wall giving Elena a hard time, making her fight. That's the thing. They're out there and they're making everybody else fight. They're all making each other fight for it. Every inch that they're getting, they have to fight for it, and that's
absolutely. And
always
that speaks to each of these leagues, the conditioning that they put their athletes through, the strategies, the strategeries that they ingrain into their heads.
I hate that word so much.
That's okay. Strategeries love you.
All right, we got Monkey Wrench, number 39 for Cincinnati, and Purple Warrior, 1, 2, 3 for Duval. And Purple Warrior scooping around the inside, actually, and then through the center to garner her lead position. And Monkey Wrench ever so aware of her feet, seating a cut. A lot of intelligent play at work. I think 1, 2, 3. Purple Warrior will be somebody to look out for when she ages up.
She's someone to look out for now. Once she ages up, she's gonna make a lot of A teams start checking their rosters twice.
A force to be reckoned with, I think. Well, Jacksonville's got themselves a decent A team as far as the adults go. So
absolutely, and as I said earlier, like Tampa and Jacksonville have been benefiting amazingly from their junior programs.
It's very true.
Because Jacksonville's got Taylor Motto, whatever you want to call her. They've got Mad Dog Murphy, who used to skate for the juniors, and a couple more skaters have aged up this year, and that's just strengthened Jacksonville's defense game.
Cincinnati's 3-9, relentlessly juking, just continuing. She's just not giving up, and that is a heck of a fight.
Absolutely. These teams definitely have a lot of fight in them out here. Cincinnati more so, I'd say.
Beautiful, beautiful move for 3-9. Just not stopping. Just going to continue. A little under 9 minutes to go, and I think we have an official review.
Called by Cincinnati.
I believe so. Official review Cincinnati. And we will wait to see what happens here. I'm just going to breathe awkwardly on the mic for a little bit.
And for those who are watching the Albie YouTube channel, you now own that for posterity. Make it your ringtone. Make it your own. Make it a screensaver. The sky's the limit.
Just awkward breathing on the mic. Oh!
You spelled announcers wrong.
You missed an N. There's like 7 more N's in there. You did great. 3 out of 11 is great.
Yeah. The important thing is you're pretty.
Yes. Announcers. That's what our official...
It's like Duval. It's not one large letter. It's a multitude of letters. You don't seem to realize how fragile the announcer ego is.
I thought you pronounced it Duval. I don't know. I just work here.
Hey, we got into a copyright battle over Duval, I'll have you know. Yes. After the Jaguars had a good season, they tried to copyright it, and it's public domain, so take that.
Did you know that gullible is not in the dictionary? Made you look, though.
Why are all the other NSOs and volunteers in uppercase, but we're not?
It's okay, because we're minimal.
We're back to roller derby. We have Shandis Griffin out there jamming for Duval.
And an Angelina for Cincinnati. Angelina straight up the middle, crashing into the Duval wall, not giving a second to think about it. Not a thing. Nope.
Just instincts.
And it looks like it's a power jam for Angelina.
Right,
she
you
gets
are.
lead jam.
And as we've seen in the past, Angelina has done some great work with these power jams.
And Angelina out for 5 more points. And it looks like the Duval jammer is out of the box and back in the game. Great for 9-5, by 9-5 for number 27, and she calls it, gaining herself another 4 points in the meantime. Finishing out that jam at 43 points.
And that is the first time that Cincinnati has made all the points and held Duval at 0 on a jam this game.
Cincinnati Animaniac, number 9-5 out, and 3-7 for Duval. Duval taking up the front of the pack straight away. Meanwhile, 9-5 is pushing as hard as can be. Getting some offense from her teammates. All making a great effort. Nobody told me I had crumbs on my face. That's very nice.
I knew, but I wasn't going to say anything. It was a joke to me.
I was saving it for later.
That's why I keep the beard.
One day I'll have a beard. And 3-7 through for another 5 points. Both these teams, the blockers are just relentless, not giving an inch. And the recycling from Cincinnati is on point. From Duval also, just both teams are very good at recycling.
Just under 6 minutes left in the game. Current score is 449 to 43.
Jinx.
You owe me a Coke.
Fine. And a very pretty star pass from 9-5 to 3-9 Monkey Wrench. Using her fancy footwork to dodge one blocker. Fortunately, another blocker did catch her, but she caught her on the outside and scooped straight as fast as she could. I think Monkey Wrench is a force to be reckoned with as well. Very, very fast. And I keep knocking things into the table. That's why you keep hearing popping. It's wonderful. Pop, bang, crash.
I just figured that was Al and Corey breakdance fighting behind us, but I don't want to look.
It was Corey's fault every single time.
Yep, let's blame Corey.
3-9 Monkey Wrench out for Cincinnati, and 1-2-3 Purple Warrior out for Duval.
Both teams at full strength on blockers. 4 minutes, 40 seconds left in the game. Purple Warrior finds a hole on the outside to get your lead jam for Duval.
Monkey Wrench ducking and diving out of the way of one of the Duval blockers. Duval's jammer catching a 5-point. Another 5 points for Duval. Meanwhile, Monkey Wrench is assessing the situation and finding herself a way through. With some quick O from 2-7. 3-9's pushing her way up the pack, and she's through. With Warrior hot on her tail, gaining another 4 points and calling it. Looks like we're at 482 for Duval to 43 Cincinnati with a little over 3 minutes left in the game.
And we have Shandis Griffin out there for Duval.
And
going up against Angelina for Cincinnati.
I think Angelina and Monkey Wrench have been playing almost every jam the last several jams. Just taking turns with the pivot and the star.
I think you're right, but they have been the most effective blockers so far in this game for Cincinnati.
Angelina catching lead, and looks like she's assessing the situation to see which is the best way through, and it looks like the center is the best. Great job.
Monkey Wrench doing some work off of turn 4, holding up Shandis Griffin. Takes her to the outside, brings her back, and okay, Shandis gets through with 4 points.
And yes, so did Angelina. Got herself another 4 points and pushed Cincinnati up to 51.
A lot of noise coming from the Cincinnati bench. I just completely forgot what the word was.
Bench. Yes.
Yes.
They are a very spirited team, and it is fun to watch them be happy and excited.
And we have a new person out there jamming for Duval. Scully for the first time jamming in this game.
And 2-0 Ginger Smacks for Cincinnati. Scully getting lead jammer, which makes her at 100% lead. 100% lead.
And that's a cut track on Ginger Smacks. That's going to make this a power jam for Duval.
Looks like it. With a little under a minute left on the clock.
And this could be the last jam, and it looks like Duval has Purple Warrior wrapping this one up for him. Official timeout being called.
We do have one more game tonight.
Yes, I was just about to say that. We have Tampa going up against the Attack Pack. That's definitely going to be a good game to see, both from here at the Wrecking Hall or at home watching the YouTube channel.
Yes, it should be a lot of fun. Just one more game for the night, and
then we can go home and enjoy all the wonders that Tampa has to offer.
There are a lot. It's Saturday. There's a lot to do on a Saturday in Tampa.
This is true. But I think after this, I'm just going to order some chicken wings and Netflix.
I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
No, it's been a long derby day, but it's been a lot of fun. 1, 2, 3 for Duval, starting with a power jam, while the Cincinnati jammer is frozen in the box. And here we go. And
wow.
The Duval blockers scooped the Cincinnati blockers completely almost off the track. That's a pretty strong tactic that you'll see. Some teams call it the worm out.
Huh?
Some teams call it a worm out. I'm not really sure if there's a technical term for it, but.
Well, I call it dope myself.
And Cincinnati giving her a run for her money. Just recycling like crazy. Meanwhile, Cincinnati's jammer is out of the box and up into the pack, giving the Duval blockers a hard time.
And we are just on the jam clock now. No time left on the period. I guess Purple heard me. She calls it, and that is the game.
And our unofficial score is 5-14 to 51. And this has been a heck of a game. Both teams just leaving it all on the track. A lot of strength, a lot of strong human beings out there.
Absolutely. Cincinnati didn't give up even a little bit. They stayed in good spirits throughout the entire thing. Excellent. It was a fine showing of teamwork, and I forgot words again.
That's okay. Happens to me all the time.
Sportsmanship.
Sportsmanship. Yes. Got some great teams out here today. One more game coming up. Congratulations to Duval on their victory, and congratulations to Cincinnati on a wonderfully played game. A lot of skill, a lot of technique.
And we'll be seeing Cincinnati play FOCO tomorrow at 1 p.m. Don't forget, we still have games tomorrow starting at 9 a.m. where we have the Columbia Junior Rollers going up against the Crooked River Roller Girls. At 11, we have Philly going up against the Attack Pack. 3 p.m., we have Crooked River going up against the Jacksonville Junior Roller Derby. And the game to watch, Game 12, 5 p.m., Tampa Bay Junior Roller Derby All-Stars against the FOCO Junior Roller Derby Spartans.
And everybody's taking a lap. All the high fives, all the happiness.
Well, George, it has been a pleasure to